Okay, I think we're going to go ahead and get started. Welcome, everyone, to Emerging Futures, our community meeting. We have a special meeting tonight because we have an awesome play that's going to be read for us by a group of actors here. My name is Hogan Chareau. I'm the Interim Executive Director of Emerging Futures. Along with me, I have our three board members, current board members, Julie Caldwell, who's our founder, wave Julie, Paul Sheldon, who's our current president, and Rod Newton, who's down in the bottom of my screen. Rod, give a wave. There we go. We're also co-hosting this play with the Bellevue Grange, who are great partners of ours, and we love to partner with them. I'm gonna save talking about Emerging Futures until after the play because we really want to get right into it. But please, after the play, if you can, stick around. We're going to tell you what Emerging Futures has been up to over the past year, what our plans are moving into the future. And then most importantly for us, we really would like to have a discussion with everyone talking about what we should be doing as a community moving forward. So without further ado, we're going to get into Audacity, which was written for us by Diane Nichols. And take it away, Diane.
Thank you. Thank you, Hogan. The name of our play is Audacity, a short play by Diane Nichols. The characters are in order of appearance.
I'm Dave Nichols, and I'm playing Upton Stacks, a middle-aged, wealthy developer who is focused and determined.
And I'm playing Charlotte Stacks, the elderly mother of Upton Stacks.
And Comini?
My name is Comini, and I'm playing Grace, a resourceful woman, brilliant cook, caregiver of Charlotte Stacks.
Hi, I'm Luna. I'm going to be playing Iris, a creative, intelligent teen who is the eldest daughter of Grace.
Hi, my name is Mila. I'm going to be acting Sunny, an outgoing artistic girl, youngest daughter of Grace.
I'm Will Nichols, and I'm going to be playing Robin, an organic farmer and owner of an heirloom seed company.
Hi, I'm Sylvia McKinley, and I will be playing the role of Melanie, a beekeeper and a pollinator advocate.
My name's Ryan. I'm going to be playing Xander, a hardworking man married to Grace, father of Iris and Sunny, chauffeur to Mr. Stacks.
And my name is Danny, and I'm playing George, a dedicated organic berry farmer, a very good berry farmer.
Hi, I'm Ember Mann, and I'm going to be playing Tia, a passionate social activist and recycling educator.
Scene 1. The place is Southern Oregon, the office of Upton Stacks. The time is the present, summer. At Rise, Upton Stacks is at his desk rummaging through papers while on the phone. He occasionally takes a bite of his fast food burger or French fries as he talks. He also has a soft drink.
I don't have time today, Mother. I'm organizing my final plans for that chunk of farmland I told you about. Of course I want to see you, but today is not the day.
There's a knock at the door.
Enter. Look, I gotta go. Somebody's here.
He doesn't hang up. The door opens. Charlotte Stacks enters, followed by Grace, who carries Charlotte's lightweight walker and purse. Charlotte is still holding the cell phone to her ear, for she is the one who is on the phone.
What kind of person doesn't have time to see his own mother?
Good afternoon, Mr. Stacks.
Hello, Grace. My mother shouldn't be here. I'm extremely busy today.
How can you eat that stuff?
Is that what you came here to ask me?
No.
Look, it's hot, quick, and cheap.
Blah. Ever since Dana left you.
Look, we're not going to bring up Dana again.
Fine.
What are you doing here?
Yes, my big news. Notice anything different?
Charlotte walks slowly around in a small circle.
No.
Come on. Guess.
New hair.
No.
New blouse. Jewelry. Toothpaste.
No, Upton.
Charlotte dances slowly and carefully. Grace is close by, but not too close to catch Charlotte in case she falls.
You know, I don't have time for games. I'm working here.
Well, you work too hard. Don't end up like your father.
Can we do this later? Grace, do you mind?
I'm walking by myself.
Oh, so you are. Is that safe?
I've never felt better. I'm a new woman. Do you know why?
Stack's cell phone rings. He checks the caller ID to see who's calling, and he takes the call.
Charlie Fry, just the man I need to talk to. How soon before we can lay that foundation on the Hendricks farm property?
Grace perks up at this. Charlotte begins to sing Free Again from Funny Girl.
Free again. Lucky, lucky me. I'm free again.
Stacks plugs his ear and turns away. Grace listens intently to the call. Charlotte continues to sing the melody without the words.
Da, 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 da.
You mind? I'm on the phone here.
I don't mind if you're on the phone, as long as it doesn't interfere with my singing.
No, those are the trees we're removing a week from Friday, all of them.
Dang it, I can't remember the lyrics.
Listen, with those gone, I'll be able to squeeze 4 extra units in there, quick and easy.
Grace, do you know the lyrics?
Yes.
Will you sing them?
Stacks glares at Charlotte and Grace.
Next Tuesday then?
Okay. In the car. Okay.
Don't worry about him. He's always on the phone making deals, ignoring the woman who gave him life.
Great, I'll see you then. Bye. Really, Mother? Really?
A miracle has happened and you don't even care. Thanks to Grace, I'm walking again and I want to celebrate.
Stacks pulls out his wallet and removes a $100 bill.
Here's $100. Go celebrate.
Stacks turns from her and dials another number on his cell phone. Charlotte looks at the money in her hand.
He was never like this as a child.
I'm sorry, Charlotte.
Lester Wheaton, just the man I want to talk to. Hey, listen, I've been crunching the numbers here. Any chance you could cut me a better deal on those granite countertops?
Charlotte takes the walker from Grace. Charlotte tosses the $100 bill over her shoulder onto the floor.
I'm tired. Let's go.
She turns to exit, then turns back to her son.
And stop eating so many French fries.
Charlotte starts to leave, then decides to pick up the $100 bill. Grace and Charlotte exit. End of scene. Scene 2, place, living room, home of Grace, Xander, Iris, and Sunny. Time, later that evening. Sunny and Iris work at a table scattered with art supplies, scissors, glue, paper, colored pencils, and crayons. They're creating colorful masks out of heavy paper for a play they're both in. One is a lion, the other is a pink and purple tiger. Grace enters.
Do you girls want to work on your project in the kitchen? We're going to have our meeting now.
It's okay, Mom. We're all set up in here.
The conversation might get a little heated.
We can handle it. Look.
Sunny holds up the tiger mask she's been working on.
I already made the flower garland.
Oh, your director will love this. He looks very noble.
It's a she.
Ah, yes. She looks very noble.
She is the queen. She is the queen of the Pink Tiger Kingdom.
Good job.
Robin enters with Melody. He's eating a big piece of homemade rosemary bread.
Fabulous dinner, Grace. You have the magic touch.
That beet salad, Oh, so good.
Oh, thank you. Iris and Sunny baked the rosemary bread.
No way.
By ourselves.
The rosemary's from our garden.
Delicious. I had to force myself to stop eating it,
Robin takes another bite of bread.
which never works.
Xander enters with Tia and George. Sunny and Iris continue to work on their project.
The dishes are done. Let's get started.
Thank you, honey. Thanks for coming, everyone. As you know, we're here to discuss what, if anything, can be done about saving the Hendricks Farm property.
Nothing can be done. We're doomed.
We're not doomed. We just need to hustle.
It's already a done deal.
We don't have to take it lying down. We can fight.
Girls, why don't you head into the kitchen?
Can't we stay?
You don't want us to grow up ignorant of the issues facing our community, do you?
No.
We're interested.
All right.
Fighting is not the answer. We need a moderate approach, like writing letters.
Who's gonna read them? Nobody cares. It's just business.
It's too late for letters. We need to get out there with a big crowd carrying picket signs. What can we threaten them with?
You're bringing in the wrong energy, Tia.
Not if we want results. Beat him at his own game. He plays dirty, we play dirty. It's just business.
We're not threatening anybody. Mr. Stacks hasn't done anything wrong.
It's true. He has the right to develop property he's legally purchased.
But why that property? A gorgeous organic farm in a prime location.
You answered your own question. It's flat land, easy to build on, in a prime location.
So sad.
Farms are where we get our food. Everyone is so removed from nature. It drives me nuts. Food doesn't just appear wrapped in plastic at the local Safeway. Somebody has to grow it on farms. Wake up, people.
That's where we get our seeds for the future, too.
Exactly. Currently, 96% of the food in Southern Oregon comes from outside the state.
If only people would convert their yards into gardens, that would help.
These issues are important, but we're getting off topic.
No, we aren't. We're talking about convincing Stacks that Hendricks Farm should remain an organic farm. We don't need more condos in this town.
People have to live somewhere.
Whose side are you on, Melody? I say we stand up and fight. Who's with me?
We need cool heads, Tia. Fighting never solved anything.
I'm tired of doing nothing.
If enough people would write a letter.
Back to the letters. There's no time. You're a beekeeper, Melody. I thought you'd be the first in line to take action on this issue.
Writing a letter is taking action. And I'm not just a beekeeper. I'm an advocate for all pollinators.
Who cares about pollinators if there's nothing left to pollinate? And you, Robin, where's your company planning to get heirloom seeds if there's no more land?
I agree with you. That's why I'm at this meeting. Why'd they sell anyway? That's a highly successful farm.
I know. They sold their produce to local restaurants.
They were one of my favorite stalls at the farmer's market.
They had the best lettuce varieties and peppers. They were doing great.
I know Louise Hendricks personally. She told me they wanted to retire.
Okay, but then why not sell the place to another organic farmer or hire somebody to run it for them? Why condo developers?
They wanted to move back to California as soon as possible to be with their new grandbaby. And Mr. Stacks offered them more than they were asking.
He always does that. Soon he'll own every piece of property in the valley.
Yeah, it's too late to take action. Those beautiful vegetables will soon be under cement.
That's so sad. Mom, remember in the garden that time when you taught us all about the creatures who live in the soil?
Yes.
Worms, beetles, ants, centipedes, millions of them. Soil is a living thing.
Telling Stacks there are millions of worms in his soil may not swing him over to our side.
Dad, you work for Mr. Stacks. Can't you talk to him?
I'm only his driver. He'd never listen to me. Besides, he's invested a substantial amount of money into this project, millions maybe. He'll want to make that back.
With a hefty profit.
Could you get one of his friends to talk to him?
What friends?
He doesn't have any friends.
He's far too busy and important to be bothered by something pesky, annoying little things like friends.
Too busy for friends? He must be lonely.
He was too busy to see his own mother today. She's been completely transformed, and he couldn't even stop to see it.
Did she tell him she stopped hurting?
She never got the chance.
Did you see her walking? It's impressive, and all thanks to you.
Charlotte did the work. I just nudged her in the right direction.
You're too modest, Grace.
The only way to handle people like Stacks is to take them down.
Then he'll retaliate. And that's how wars are started. I'm more interested in peace.
So do we just give up or what?
No.
Let's vote. How many think we should just give up?
George raises his
George.
hand.
George, put your hand down. We're not giving up.
George puts his hand back down.
If we can't even agree amongst ourselves, how can we ever hope to make a difference in the world?
Wait, I have an idea. Something he'd never see coming.
A surprise attack?
More like a secret plan. It's different and risky. We have to work together.
Let's hear it.
We're all ears.
The group gathers around Iris to hear her secret plan. End of scene. Scene 3, place interior of Upton Stacks' Lexus. Time, several days later. Upton Stacks is in the back seat of the car talking on his cell phone. Xander is driving him.
Yeah, it's been great. I haven't even cleared the land yet, and I've already sold 3 units just based on the blueprints. So that bodes well. Hang on. Hey, Xander, I want to grab something for lunch before the meeting. Could you pull into that Burger King, will you?
Yes, sir.
The only negative complaint I've heard is the size of the parking lots, but that's the buyer's problem, not mine. If I can squeeze an extra unit in there by skimping on parking, I'm going to do it. Hey, you missed it.
Sorry, Mr. Stacks, I couldn't get over there in time.
All right, look, there's a Taco Bell a few blocks up on the left. That'll be fine.
Yes, sir.
This little town's proven to be a gold mine for me. So much cheaper than California. Yeah, it was definitely a good move for my company. Hold on. Hey, Xander, what are you doing? You just passed it.
I'm sorry, Mr. Stacks.
Put your head in the game, please. I'm starving.
No breakfast today?
I didn't have time. Just stop at the next fast food place.
Does it matter which one?
No, you choose.
I know the perfect place.
Great. Look, there's a KFC right up there.
You said I could choose.
Yeah, great. Whatever. As long as it's fast, I'll settle for anything at this point.
We're practically there.
Look, I'm sorry. My driver keeps missing my favorite lunch places. It's situations like this that makes me want to drive myself. Almost. That's a joke, Xander. I would never want to drive myself.
I understand, sir.
Hey, wait a minute. Why are you turning here? My meeting's in the opposite direction.
I'm taking you to lunch, sir, as you requested.
There aren't any restaurants out there. What's going on? Look, let me call you back. Xander, turn the car around. I'll call you back. I don't know what's wrong with you today, but I'm not in the mood, man. Turn around.
Almost there.
This is the wrong way. I order you to turn this car around.
I'll be happy to turn the car around right after lunch.
There are no restaurants down here. What is wrong with you?
Nothing.
Look, this isn't funny. When I order you to do something, you need to do it.
And I will.
Do it now. Look, stop the car. I'm going to call an Uber.
Here we are.
We're in my property. What's going on here?
You'll see.
Take me back to town.
Soon.
Are you kidnapping me?
No, sir.
Look, taking me to a place against my will is kidnapping. I'm calling the cops.
Stacks gets out of the car.
and you're fired.
Stax moves to dial 911, but before he gets the chance, he sees Charlotte coming toward him.
He's here, everybody. My son has arrived.
Charlotte places a wreath of flowers on Stax's head. He removes it.
What are you doing here?
Charlotte places the wreath of flowers back on his head.
You told me to celebrate, so I'm celebrating. Come on, everybody, he's here. We can finally start the party. I don't want to start without you.
Stax removes the flower wreath again.
When I told you to celebrate, I didn't mean here. These people are trespassing. I can't believe the audacity. Hey,
They can't hear you.
this is private property. Get off my land.
Stop shouting. You're giving me a headache.
I won't stop shouting. I want them out of here.
Grace enters with Iris and Sunny. Each wears a wreath of flowers on her head and carries a basket.
Mr. Sachs, you're here. Yay!
Sunny rushes up to hug him. She tosses some flower petals from her basket into the air.
Welcome, welcome. We're so glad you could come.
We have the best lunch waiting for you. But first,
Iris reaches into her basket and dramatically pulls back a colorful cloth to reveal 2 glass jars of liquid. She gives 1 jar to Stax and gives 1 jar to Xander.
Magical fairy elixir.
with a recyclable bamboo straw.
Iris hands each man a straw.
Yay.
Yay!
Sunny tosses more flower petals into the air.
Fairy elixir?
Otherwise known as herbal sun tea with fresh fruit slices.
Straight from the garden.
It's true, not a French fry in sight.
Now let's eat.
Grace and Iris exit, followed by Sunny, who takes Xander's hand and they exit. Charlotte remains.
I'm very upset right now. No one asked for my permission to have an event on this property.
Oh, don't be such a stick in the mud. They're not hurting anything.
I don't even know these people.
Well, you know Grace and Xander and the girls, and you'll meet the rest.
I don't want to meet them. They shouldn't be here.
Why are you being such a party pooper? I thought you might give it a rest in honor of my birthday.
It's your birthday?
Charlotte doesn't answer.
I thought it was in September.
So I guess I shouldn't expect a present.
I thought it was in September.
Ah, well, you're here now, so
I have a meeting in 15 minutes on the other side of town.
can't you miss the meeting this one time for your elderly mother?
I'm sorry.
Stax pulls out his cell phone.
Upton, how many more of my birthdays do you think you'll have to attend?
I don't know, a lot, I hope. Are you trying to make me feel guilty?
Yes, is it working?
Stax doesn't answer. He puts the phone down.
Let's say that my present is your presence. I mean it. I don't ask much of you. I'd be delighted if you could make time in your schedule to share this fun with me.
Well, of course, you're my mother. Hey, you're walking again.
Yes. Ta-da!
Charlotte takes her son's arm.
Come on, my handsome boy. Let's go party.
Stax and Charlotte exit. End of scene. Scene 4. The place is the Hendricks farm. Time, afternoon, a few minutes later. An extravagant picnic has been set up beneath a large, beautiful tree. The tree has been decorated with colorful paper garlands. Cheerful tablecloths and vases full of mixed flowers adorn 2 picnic tables that have been pushed together. Food has been set up in the most attractive way. Baskets laden with sliced fresh bread, bowls overflowing with green mixed salad, Greek salad, fruit salad, potato salad, vegetable salads. There are deviled eggs, goat cheeses, and bowls of hummus beside platters of fresh garden vegetables cut up. Robin, Tia, and George talk with Xander and sip their fairy elixir beverages. Each wears a crown of leaves and flowers. Grace sets out the last plates of food and adjusts everything so that it's just right. Melody plays a tune on her wooden recorder while Sunny gently shakes her tambourine and dances with Iris, who cleans her finger chimes in time to the music. Charlotte and Stax enter.
Oh, Mr. Stacks, you decided to stay after all. How wonderful.
For a short time.
This is our pre-lunch dance. Do you like the decorations?
They're festive.
We made them. Do you want to play the tambourine?
No, thank you.
We have surprises in store.
More surprises.
Don't be naughty.
Get some food and sit here. It's the best seat. You can sit by your mom. You're doing great. Charlotte, you can do the next dance with us.
I wouldn't miss it.
Mr. Stacks, let me introduce you to everyone. This is Tia. She runs an ambitious recycling awareness program here locally.
How you doing?
Happy to be here, aren't you, Upton?
Tia educates people on how they can achieve zero waste.
Is that even possible?
If a person cares enough, it is.
As Grace introduces members of the group, the others dish up food.
Melody is on the wooden flute there. She's a beekeeper and a pollinator advocate. Very important work these days.
Aha. And pollinators are what exactly?
Butterflies, moths, hoverflies, anything native to our area that pollinates the flowers that turns into the foods we eat.
This fine gentleman is Robin. He grows amazing food on his farm.
Robin shakes Stack's hand.
It's a small farm, nothing like this place here. We grow ancient grains and rare plants in order to preserve them for future generations.
Is there a market for that?
Absolutely. They're superfoods. So much better for you than GMO wheat or corn.
I can vouch for that.
Finally, here's George. He runs Juicy Treasures, a local berry farm.
I'm the guy you turn to if you get a sudden craving for gooseberries or mulberries.
George shakes Stack's hand.
I'll keep that in mind.
Sunny hands Stack's a plate. Sunny,
Hurry,
that's okay.
hurry and eat so we can start the show.
Dinner and a show. Great.
Grace and the girls made most of the food.
It looks like a lot of leaves.
We eat a rainbow every day.
Well, your insides must be very colorful.
Every fruit and vegetable on the table is from the Hendricks farm here, Mr. Stacks. Eggs are from my hens at home, and Melody brought the chef from her friend's goat farm, but everything else
Was taken from my property.
We thought you might be interested to know what's been growing here. The farm is very important to our community.
Was very important, and now it will be again in a different way.
Stack sits with his meal and begins to eat.
I'm too excited to eat. Can we do the play right now, Mom?
Sure, let's do that.
Come on, Iris. Don't forget that what I told you to say at the start. Come on, Tia.
Grace gets up and stands in front of the staging area. Tia stands beside the staging area. Iris and Sunny remove their flower crowns for the show.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming to our celebration. We're honoring Charlotte today, as well as the Hendricks farm that made our picnic possible today.
Everyone but Stax claps. He's eating.
This sounds amazing.
I know, but shh.
Now, without further ado, we present this play brought to you by Queen of the Pink Tiger, Kingdom Productions.
Sunny waves the tiger mask. Everyone claps. From her seat, Melody plays her recorder softly in the background to set the mood. After Tia speaks, she stops.
Once upon a time, in a faraway land of sunshine and beaches, a businessman relaxed in the warm sand.
Iris becomes the businessman. She enters wearing sunglasses and a hat. She unfurls a beach towel and stretches out on the sand.
Ah, this is great.
Before long, the businessman noticed a fisherman coming onto the shore with a small boat.
Hey, there's a guy in a boat. He's coming ashore.
I'm coming ashore.
The fisherman's boat contained several big fish.
What you got in the boat there, buddy?
Several big fish.
Sunny holds up a string of paper fish that she made.
You weren't out there long.
No, but I got enough to feed my family.
It's still early. What are you going to do with the rest of your day?
After fishing, I usually go home and play with my kids for a while. Then I take a nap with my beautiful wife, Lucille. She's quite a napper, you know. Then I'll just enjoy the rest of my day.
Well, you're in luck, my friend, because I am a bigwig businessman from up north. I studied at the best schools, and I can help make you far more successful.
Oh.
Yes, indeed. First, you need to spend more time fishing. If you took the entire day, you could catch more fish to sell in the marketplace. You could save up that money and buy another boat and another. You could hire many employees to fish for you.
Then what?
You could keep expanding until you could afford a big canning and shipping company. You could leave this tiny village and go to a city. There, you could manage your business affairs from high up in an expensive office building.
Then what?
You could add more and more branches to your business. You'd be rich beyond belief.
Then what?
When it's finally time for you to retire, you could move to a tiny village and relax. Go fishing, play with your kids.
But that's what I do now.
Sunny shrugs, takes her paper fish on strings, and exits the staging area.
The end.
Sunny, Iris, and Tia bow. Everyone claps. Xander hugs his girls.
That was fantastic.
Good job, girls.
Thank you.
And now cake, right?
Sunny goes to help Grace get the cake ready. George gets the plates, napkins, and forks.
What an interesting choice of play, Mother. Was that for me?
Why, Upton, whatever do you mean?
Uh-huh.
All right, Charlotte, I made carrot cake, gluten-free, low sugar, with pineapple coconut cream frosting.
My favorite.
Gluten-free, low sugar. What's that all about?
Happy birthday, Charlotte.
Happy birthday.
And many more.
Grace cuts the cake and serves it.
That's very sweet of all of you. But my birthday is in September.
Aha! I knew it.
Well, if I told you we were all gathering to celebrate my miraculous healing,
And the Hendricks farm.
you never would have come.
I might have.
No, I know you.
Yeah, you're right.
My renewed health and mobility and this farm are related, actually.
How so?
Our mom changed Charlotte's diet.
Blame the diet.
Started making her homemade dishes using produce from our garden.
At first, I squawked my head off. I wanted the foods I was used to. Lots of butter, lots of cream, lots of bread. Turns out I was allergic to all those things. Once I made the switch to organic, heavy on the veggies, lo and behold, my joints stopped hurting.
Her knees stopped hurting.
Suddenly, I had energy I hadn't felt in years. All of the inflammation and swelling in my body went down. I was able to get off the pain meds like magic, thanks to this woman.
I just hoped you and your body made the transformation.
My body was stubborn. It needed a shove.
Organic food is essential, Mr. Stacks.
That's why we need this farm to remain as it is, a healthy source of nourishment for our community.
Would you consider not building your condos
You
here?
people tricked me.
We had to do something to get your attention.
Oh, you got it. The thing you don't seem to understand is I've invested a lot of money into this development project. I've already sold 3 units and we haven't even laid the foundation yet. I have a guy coming to pour cement a week from Friday.
But he hasn't poured it yet.
There's still time.
Come on, leave the farm. It can be my unbirthday present
Ha! I'm still sore at you.
for helping you to do the right thing, for eating a delicious free lunch and watching a play with people who care about you.
None of you care about me. You care about the earth. You care about this farm.
We care about the earth and people on the earth, including you.
I care about you.
So do I.
I care about you, Mr. Stacks.
We all do.
Tia?
Fine, I care about you.
These are good people, Upton. Can you help them out? We all need to stick together to make this world a better place.
Look, I can't recoup my losses selling lettuce. I'm sorry. Xander, I'll be waiting in the car. I'm not going to fire you, but you'd better take me straight back to the office.
Stacks exits.
Darn, I thought we had him there for a minute.
You sure ate enough of the salads.
And cake.
He never used to be like this. He was so sweet growing up.
Well, we tried. It was a beautiful picnic, Grace.
Yeah, thank you, Grace. We all knew it was a long shot.
I'll see you back at the house this evening.
Xander turns to leave as Stacks re-enters.
Look, I guess I could save the trees, but the building plans have already been set in motion on this lot. There's just too much at stake. It's too late. However, I have put in bids on a couple of other lots around town. I may be talking to turning those into organic farms, you know, for the good of humanity or whatever.
There he is. There's the Upton I know and love.
And it might be good for me to take a little time off for paper fishing and tambourine shaking, if anyone's interested in that.
I love tambourine shaking.
So do I.
This is wonderful news, Mr. Stacks.
If we're all going to be friends, please call me Upton.
Will do, Upton.
Now, before I head back to the office, is there any more of that cake?
End of play. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you for writing.
Yay.
I wish it was that easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Well,
you know,
thank you.
Being a bill introduced to Washington.
Great job, everyone. I'm gonna go have dinner. Lots of
Yeah.
love. I can't wait for the video, whatever.
That went on pretty well. How did you do the switching from person to person? What kind of software was that?
It just does it. It does it automatically when you're talking, doesn't it?
Yes.
So you did the
Yeah.
whole thing with Zoom?
Yeah.
You did the whole thing with
Yep.
Zoom? Okay, that's great. Wow, good.
Zoom and great actors.
Yes. That was fun. Thank you.
Sure.
Happy Earth Day.
Thank you.
Happy Earth Day.
Happy Earth Day.
Happy Earth Day.
Happy Earth Day. See everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
Annie?
Hi, thanks. It was fun.
Is Diane still on?
So we still got our program left to do. If you guys want to stick around, Julie, you want to go ahead and get started?
Sure. I just want to thank everyone for coming, and I'm really thankful to our community. Things like this, this is our fourth community meeting, and we've had some really good content. And I really wanted to end our year of this. We got this grant, many of you know, a year ago, and I wanted to end the project with something fun and festive that brings hope. And Emerging Futures itself is the organization and and the network. We've done a lot of things this year. We did a residential curriculum. We put many people through food solutions program. We worked with the restaurants. We did a restaurant program.
We signed a partnership agreement with Recology, and we are certifying businesses for their waste zero journey. And we certified the first one, Falafel Republic, and we're really pleased about that. And we're launching a directory where these businesses will be featured, and then we can encourage other businesses. Our goal is by the end of summer to have 50 businesses in the directory, all local, Ashland, Talent, maybe some in Medford, and then partner, like I know my friend Amy's from Portland, but I just got a call from someone from Portland today, wants to start a food solutions group. So I don't see why we can't be, well, not like California because we're Oregon, but have a network of waste zero businesses that people can know where they're buying and know that people are on the journey with them. And if you like the program today, I encourage you to visit our website, emergingfuturesnetwork.net, and you can make a donation, which we are a nonprofit. And we are applying for other grants to do other projects and to keep these programs going and to keep Hogan on board. And we're very, anyways, pleased about that. I don't know what else to say, Hogan, other than thank you for putting this together, and thank everyone for being here tonight, and Diane for this beautiful, beautiful play. And all my friends that I see in the room.
Great.
Joy.
Blessings. Thank you, Julie.
So I think Paul's going to talk just for a quick minute or two about regenerative economies. And then if everyone's up for it, we'd love to have a little discussion about what you guys think should be the next steps and what are the most important things we'll be doing. Paul, are you ready?
I am. If you can be so kind as to display that image for me. We're going to talk about what the next step is to grow a regenerative economy, but we wanted just to talk a minute about what is a regenerative economy, because lots of people talk about economic development and economic renewal and that sort of thing. But at Emerging Futures, we talk about a regenerative economy, which goes beyond just being profitable, or in many communities, the word sustainable just means we have enough money to keep on keeping on. And so we want to expand that definition to include a regenerative economy that's in right relationship between people and nature, that views health holistically and looks at economic success as the health of the community and the well-being of the people who live in it. It includes innovative and adaptive responses so that businesses, by definition, are resilient and able to change and learn and adapt in response to changing conditions. An economy that values empowered participation, where people are not just consumers who are exploited in order to get their profit, but people are considered to be valued and appreciated members of a process of exchange of value. An economy that honors place and community, that recognizes that successful business will contribute to the community and not just exploit it. An economy that recognizes the edge effect of abundance, that where abundance comes from is not giant, overcapitalized business enterprises, but little, small people, 1 or 2 or 5 employees who are doing something innovative, like the folks I talked with yesterday who want to start a behavioral health business in Talent, 2 employees to start. And an economy that recognizes robust circulation, that economic success is not just measured in what businesses take out in terms of profit, but how many times do dollars circulate within the community? How many times do resources circulate within the community before they get sucked out? And then lastly, an economy that seeks balance, that recognizes that there's more to life than making money, and that when people come to work, they deserve to have a satisfying and fulfilling experience, and to work for a company that they're proud to work for. And so that's just a little bit about the principles of a regenerative economy, which is what Emerging Futures is all about, to do together more than and what we cannot do alone.
Beautiful. That was beautiful, Paul. I just wanted to make a comment that tomorrow, Zach Bush, our beloved doctor, has a program online at noon. And his whole thing is about having a regenerative attitude about everything. And I think it's really important that we hold that regenerative attitude when we're rebuilding our communities and being kind with each other and sharing our skills and our gifts. So thank you for this, because very inspiring.
Thanks, Anya. And if you can send me a link to that, we'll get it in the follow-up when we send out the recording from this.
Great. So sort of the questions that we came up with, the first one, pretty simple. What do you think is the most important next step in building a regenerative economy in Southern Oregon? So does anybody have any thoughts they'd like to share?
Well, I think the first thing that's really important is to gather in small communities. You know, we have a Grange garden and there are about 10 of us there that are there every Saturday. But we need to be gathering in small groups often, sharing food, sharing inspiration, sharing poetry and stories and plays like this. So let's keep gathering. And this is spring resurrection. It's time for change and being open to change and having hope for that.
And speaking about gathering in small communities, Hogan, maybe there people want to talk just among ourselves. There's, I think, 14 of us, but maybe you could put a few people in a small room for a few minutes to actually get to look each other in the eye and say hello, reconnect. Most of us know each other in the room.
Well, I thought about that, Julie, but since we've only got about 10 minutes left, I thought maybe we could just, and only 14 people, we can probably just do it with the group that's here. That way no one misses anyone's ideas, because I'm worried about the back end. Dave, did you have your hand up?
I was muted. Well, what just came to me is enlarging the tent. We tend to, I just love getting together with all my friends, but if we could enlarge the tent and expand out to a lot of times people who wouldn't be necessarily thinking the same way that a lot of us do.
That's a wonderful suggestion. That's one of the reasons that I'm active with the Bellevue Grange, because the Grange draws a very diverse constituency of people statewide. So when we gather as the Grange, we have people from widely differing perspective engaging in questions like, do we or do we not continue to use toxic pesticides? Or do we or do we not support legislation to mandate or facilitate organic agriculture and those kinds of things? And we get to talk with people whose livelihoods are dependent on things that are very different, things that those of us in Ashland would oppose. There are folks in our state who think that their lives and livelihood depend on the things that we're opposing. And so when we get together to talk about fire safety or pesticides or GMOs, having those diverse perspectives really matter. And it's something that Jeff Golden is famous for, is convening those kinds of diverse dialogues.
And in that vein, Paul, I think ways that we could learn to find the common ground, to dialogue with each other in the way that nature does in the forest and in the prairie. If we could learn how to speak with each other in that way, so that we really hear and really support and come to the place where we aren't so different, where we feel our interconnection, but our differences as well.
Yeah, around food and grandchildren.
Exactly.
Recipes.
I think that the other thing is, with all of the groups that we have here in the Valley, I haven't made a list lately, but there's quite a list, and oftentimes one group doesn't even know what the other group is doing. One of the things that I'd like to propose to all the groups is that once we start getting together again, that we have some kind of big meetings. I was even thinking of like the old high school in Medford, for instance. I've been to a couple of meetings there over the years. So it's obviously a kind of a community meeting place. But you could have a whole lot of the groups, then each of the groups kind of tell a little bit more what their niche is. Because most of us really don't know what some of the others are doing, and maybe they're even duplicating what we're doing. So getting so that we're all going the same direction. It seems like the people that we're fighting against, if that can be the term, is that it's real easy for a bunch of people to get together and say no. And yet it's successful because they're all going the same direction. We have to get together and say yes.
You know, Dave, I think that's an important part, and I think that's part of what the network component of Emerging Futures Network is about helping to bring together groups that are working towards the same goals and help them to work together in a more effective manner. I see us really as an organization that's built on that networking and connecting, and that being really the critical part of Emerging Futures is providing that kind of capacity and framework for the other groups. So absolutely, I completely agree. I want to make a suggestion as well, that one of the things that I think we need to be doing as we hopefully start to emerge from our lockdown pandemic state, is I think we need to be really walking the walk when we say we don't want to go back to the way things were before the pandemic. I think that we as a community need to really be pushing our leaders in a very polite way, but pushing our leaders and those in the community to make those changes, and that we need to work together to build the future that we want to see. And part of that is this regenerative economy that is absolutely possible here. We need to, Emerging Futures started with the food systems for a reason. It's kind of the foundation of it all. And then we can move forward from there, incorporating other aspects of it, of the economy. And I think that we really have an opportunity here to reshape, even in progressive Ashland and the area, to reshape how we approach things. So I'm excited about it, and I look forward to working with everybody to get there. Archie, did you
Special
have
thanks.
your hand up?
Yeah, I just
To make sure that we didn't
wanted to
miss
say
you.
something about having some kind of consensus of awareness. We need to agree on what we agree on in some respects, because we're so disjointed and we're compartmentalized in a way. And we have these assumptions as to what each of us